Are you a Sex and the City fan?
I've watched the show.
He's a fan of Sex and the City. Here's another question. Have you seen the first movie?
I heard there was a movie.
That's a lie. He's such a liar. Yo, listen, the first movie was super dope. I've seen like the show, like all the
Oh,
seasons.
that's why you want me to be part of your little Sex of the City group. I'm
You don't have
sorry.
to be a part of it.
Okay,
The
cool.
group is large, thriving, and doing well
And
without you.
large, thriving, and
And
doing well
doing
without
well
me.
without you. We're
All
just
right,
fine.
man.
But anyway, so they did the first movie, which was dope. The second movie sucked when they went to Dubai. But and that was kind of it. Everybody's like, when is this thing gonna come back? They're rebooting everything. Fresh Prince has even got a reboot. Like they're rebooting everything, right?
Yep.
Like, when are we gonna get the next
Reboot had a reboot.
reboot? How to reboot, right? So
Yeah.
okay. So finally, HBO says, you know what? Netflix is murdering us. Like we can't even sleep. Like they're killing us in our sleep. We need to get this Sex and the City thing going. So everybody's on board except for Kim Cattrall, which is the lady who plays Samantha, the slut. Ladies, I'm sorry, but she was the slut. Okay, fine. We'll call her the slut. And she doesn't want to be a part of the reboot. She's like, I'm done with this role. So they made an announcement that actress Nicole Ari Parker was going to be on or a part of this reboot. And because Kim Cattrall said, I'm not on board, I'm not into it, everybody, the internet's just assumed that this black actress was going to replace Kim Cattrall, who is very white. And they were not having it. Very, very, very pissed off. Now, the actress came out immediately and rebuffed it. Hey, I'm not replacing anybody. I'm just on the show here and there.
Right.
Still pissed off and dragging her through these imaginary Twitter streets. Now, I bring this up for the larger conversation. Do you think if they were to replace this, Kim Cattrall, Samantha was a big role in Sex and the City, very important role. So I could understand to a point. But do you think if they would have replaced her with another white actress, a very established actress, perhaps a Michelle Pfeiffer, whoever, you name it, right? But a white actress, do you think the backlash would have been so critical? Or do you think it only happened because they were, according to the Twitter streets, they were going to replace her with a black actress? Do you think it would have been bad if it was a white girl?
Yeah, man. Listen, I would love to sit here. I don't know, but well, first of all, it's clear that my knowledge of the show is not high. But I can say this: a lot of times people want to place race on things, and a lot of times you are justified. This is not one of those times. There are just times when shows just have a loyal ass cult ass following. And if one of the characters could you imagine on Seinfeld if they tried to replace Kramer? Who you were going to replace Kramer with? White, black, Asian, who can you replace Kramer with where people wouldn't be outraged? Right? I don't even watch Seinfeld either. I just know this. I know that there are characters on shows that just cannot be replaced. Why do you think that the reboot for Fresh Prince is going to be a totally different generation and they're not just going to reboot the first one? Because Uncle Phil is not there and they refuse to replace him. Will Smith said it himself.
That's a really, really good point. I would like to springboard off that point. Always. Kim,
sorry, I had to.
Listen, that's fine. Kim Cattrall has made it very known that she will not be reprising her role, even before they said they were going to reboot the show. So the fans who have been begging for this reboot, they knew she was not coming back. You just said that, hey, everybody's like, we're not going to recast Uncle Phil. So if the fans of the show knew Kim Cattrall, Samantha, was not coming back, what do they want the show's producers to do? Just write her out of the show? Because if not, she's got to be replaced by someone. So what's the difference if it's a black or a white person? It's either write her out the show, period, or replace her. And if we're on board with the replacement, why does the color matter?
I think the problem is the word that you're using and the word that probably a lot of people are using, and that's the word replacement. Because Nicole Ari Parker is not a replacement. She's a totally different character from what you're telling me. So how does that replace somebody?
No,
a replacement is when you leave one season with a dark skin Auntie Viv, and then the next season she's light skinned. That's a replacement.
You're right. And you're right. But again, I just don't want to get the viewing public confused here. Nicole Ari Parker will be on the show as a completely different character.
But listen,
what you're saying was replacing.
Right. That's the problem. That problem is the word replacement, regardless of what you're trying to explain right now. The problem is the word replacement. And that's how people are looking at it. And she's not. Right. And she's not a replacement. It's a new character in the show. They need to fill that space. Right. Obviously. There's going to be a gap. There's going to be a gap there. You're used to watching the show with so many characters, and they each have different personalities, I'm assuming. And her personality must have played a certain role in that show to get certain things going.
She was a slut.
Right. So it's not that they're going to bring a character in that's going to be exactly like her, but they do need a character to have that dynamic to continue that chemistry.
That would work well, because if you can write Kim Cattrall, Samantha out of the show, she moved to Dubai, whatever, and then in comes Nicole Ari Parker as a completely separate new character to complete the group of four, that would work. But I think this cult-like audience thought that Ms. Parker was going to come in and actually be 100%. Samantha. Therefore, 100%
outrage. That's why there's no other reason to be outraged. That's why I said it can't be about black and white.
Yeah,
because there's no other reason to be outraged about it unless you're a hardcore fan and that's what you thought.
Well, viewing public, listen, I'm proud of us.
High pitched voice.
I'm proud of us because we have just had what I think a pretty engaging conversation about Sex in the City. Now, our group is alive and well. We're constantly growing, and we're even handing out memberships. So listen, leave it in the comments if you think that my guy over here should join the Sex in the City fan club. If you think he can hang, don't forget to like and subscribe. Deuces.
Do that first.
All right, fair enough.
Yo, thanks for watching that video, making it all the way to the end. You made it this far, you have to like. Please subscribe and comment on the video as well. Join the conversation.
Absolutely. We finally hit our goal of 500 subscribers. Yes, we are trying to get to 1,000. And we can only do that with your help. You can start by watching that next video. You see that tiny little icon? Click on that icon, rinse and repeat. Deuces.
Deuce.